Okay, I'll record up to 6 hours. Yes, I know you'll record up to 6 hours, Craig. Very good.
We have tested these waters.
Yeah, we know. We're aware.
We've pushed those limits, man.
Yeah, we've been there. So, welcome to Two Hunters and a Titan. Wait, what? Yes, you heard it right. Two Hunters and a Titan. A show where we discuss tips, tricks, and tools to help all Guardians, especially Hunters, succeed and enjoy playing more. What makes us different? 50% more Hunters this week. We have 2 Hunters. We are not streamers.
That's 100% more Hunters, sir.
Fine, 100% more Hunters then.
Thank you.
Titans aren't good at math. We don't math. We just count, and we don't even do that well. So we're not streamers, YouTubers, or in the math class. We have a passion for Destiny and are dedicated to keeping Guardians informed and up to date with the latest Destiny 2 information, news, and opinions. We encourage your questions and feedback. You can contact us either by email at titansandhunter@hotmail.com or on Twitter at Titans_Hunter. And now, on with the Hunter Show. Our mysterious guest hunter has arrived.
Our mysterious guest hunter, indeed.
What's
I
up?
can't see who it is.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, it's Blue.
I'm surprised you don't know by those deep, sultry vocals who it could be.
Now that he actually said something, I know who it is. Initially, he just came in and goes, I can't tell who it is by somebody going,
You should be. If we have higher expectations here, you should be able to identify everybody from, noise, screams, shouts, running in terror from being shot at.
Probably, but that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough data. Okay, I need more data. I need more
Given
than
the new and higher expectations, I will have to go get my coffee now.
Yeah.
I love how he said higher expectations with our show. I mean, for Christ's sake, I'm recording in an airport. Higher expectations is not part of this equation, bro.
Airport's got good Wi-Fi. You're good.
I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm on my phone. My phone's actually got better coverage than the airport does. Sadly. Goodness gracious. So no TWAB this week? Is that what I saw?
Yeah, I mean, no, there's a TWAB from the 9. I just put a link in the general Discord thing. I was going to do notes, and then I worked for like 13 hours yesterday, and it didn't happen.
Notes are irrelevant anyway. I mean, we let Damon do it because it makes him feel special.
I figure you guys have actually played the game this week. I've played maybe an hour of it. I went around and did my chores on different planets, thinking I was making progress towards something real at first, and then realized, no, I've just started the first step of a quest that I can't do the second part of yet.
Lol, you silly biscuit.
And I was like, will get the gun eventually, because that's a whole other quest thing I need to do, because I haven't even done enough to get my interference unlocked to be able to even run that quest, even start it yet. So I'm doing great. I'm the filthiest of casuals.
Yeah. So this week at Bungie's 7/9/2020, what's going on? Oh, guys, we have a new exotic trace rifle. What? Who's got it? Peroty, I know you don't. Do you have a Blue?
You know it.
Oh, snap. Do you really?
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. It's a new thing. It's another game mode almost. It's fun.
It actually is. Yes, good call. Did you get the catalyst yet?
No, I've not got the catalyst yet, but as soon as the show is done, I'm going to go hunting.
Nice. You know how to get the catalyst, right? How to acquire the catalyst?
There are people on the internet that have shared that.
For all of you that don't know how to even acquire the catalyst, because I didn't initially, people were telling me how to complete the catalyst, but I couldn't find anywhere how to get the catalyst. So what I did is I went inside of the collections, and you know how it shows all the catalysts for all the exotics? So I just read it, and it said, all you have to do is kill something with the trace rifle. I was like, is that it? Yes, that's it. I did it. Boom. Catalyst. What? So I think, personally, the fastest way to complete said catalyst is start up the Whisper mission, get to the green room, and purposefully fall down the cracks so you got all those shadow thrall coming after you. Took me 2 attempts of going down the crack to complete my catalyst. It's so easy. You just hold the little shield thing, they run into it, they die. What else can you ask for?
I believe you can also, that's 5,000 kills, I think, to do it that way. But I believe you can also go on a road show and find all the little eggs and get it done that way. But I haven't done it yet.
I suppose you could. Yeah, I didn't do the eggs thing. So I definitely just did it with the thrall just running at me. asking to be murdered. So I obliged.
Very good. I will look forward to both obtaining that gun and then doing the catalyst for it sometime, maybe before it goes out of the game.
I'm going to convince you to do it immediately after the show.
Honestly speaking, it's not that hard to do, man. It's really not. If you've got the Xenophage, it's easier than the Xenophage quest.
Don't have the Xenophage either. Also, haven't done enough public events to even get to the interference to do it, so I need to do that part first.
We got you, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've played no Destiny this week, but I hope to play Destiny next week, because next week in Destiny, see what I did there? Our moments of triumph continues. You can complete them to earn rewards. Eris has new information to share in the cradle. She has a baby. Don't tell anyone. Shh. It's Osiris' little baby. Shh.
Could you imagine a little Eris baby with the cloth over the eyes and it bleeding the black stuff out of its eyes? What? Oh, that's a creepy image. I'm sorry, guys.
You also need to help Osiris defeat the Vex Mind in the Nightfall Ordeal, a Garden World that will hopefully not be bugged. And Clash and Countdown enter the Crucible, exciting no one.
Let's go.
I am on that list of not excited people. Bring it.
Yeah.
And big props to Respawn this week for telling us all about the bugged Nightfall. That then, because Bungie listens to all of his feedback so intently, they immediately went and changed. And we're like, wait, Respawn has identified a bug. We have to update this immediately. So thank Respawn for helping Bungie stay on top of that.
That wasn't me. That was not me. Cheese said it, right? Because Cheese told us normally we can get away with it for a while when Cheese says it, except our good friend Nitedemon decided on his YouTube channel to call out Cheese Forever, and now Cheese Forever is on Bungie's radar. Yep.
Promote.
Has
Cheese been keeping any of this a secret?
Yeah, he's very secretive. He doesn't tell anybody anything. He just sits in his room and mumbles to himself about the glitches. He doesn't run a YouTube channel or anything. Definitely doesn't publish these updates.
Telesto.
That's fair, but he wasn't on Bungie's radar until Houndish, aka Nitedemon, decided to say his name. Say, our friend Cheese Forever found this out like 6 months ago. And then because Houndish said it, Bungie watches Houndish, and now they're watching Cheese.
That was a lot to break down, dude.
I'm telling you, man.
I kind of feel like I need a flow chart to follow how all this went down.
I've got Vizio. I'll get you that flow chart.
Excellent.
This show brought to you by Microsoft.
And flowcharts. Yeah, so Ruinous Effigy. I've seen people, shooting things and running around with balls. So, worth doing? Enjoying your gun?
Oh my God, yes,
absolutely. And I have to tell you, I really do think you need to get it because there's apparently a Titan build that will be invulnerable.
I saw that. And Mr. British Dad has sent me a list of tips, tricks, builds, and guides. And I don't know if it's in there, but I did see while I was vaguely looking at YouTube this morning, feeling guilty and going, I should watch some of these. I did see there was an invulnerable build. It started out with, first I have the mountaintop, then I have the Ruinous Effigy, and I was like, 0 for 2, so I'll watch you later once I have some of these things, and then maybe we can do that.
It is Mr. Plunderbooty. He is good. It is regrettably paired with the pinnacle PvP weapon, but I believe you can make it work with a lot of different stuff in the kinetic slot.
Definitely, and it works so well, in fact, that there is a Warlock Void build that's so good that the ball gets tired of you being alive and just kills you.
That's a Warlock thing, yeah.
Did y'all see that video? I forgot who had it up. Honestly, I did forget. It's probably on the tips, tricks, and builds. But yes, no, he put on the Void subclass for Warlock and then ate the consuming grenade to heal every time he kills something and just held the ball's shield. And he held it for so long that the ball just said, no, you have to die now, and just killed him.
With great power comes great responsibility, or at least you have to watch your health.
Right.
That's amazing.
Whenever Bungie's like, no, you found something that you can't do, so we're just going to kill you. You're too good at this video game. Goodbye. But no, it's absolutely fun, man. Like, okay, honestly speaking, I was yelling at people in the band chat yesterday about it, right? Because Nitedemon's saying it's good in the Crucible. It's not. Okay, for everybody that's out there, the gun itself, if it didn't have the ball effect, is not good in the Crucible. It's got a lower time to kill than most of the other weapons that are meta right now.
You said
So
if
you're gonna have
it
to
didn't
go-
have the ball effect, right? Is that what you said? Because it does
If.
have the ball effect.
Right, but no, this is the thing. You have to kill someone in order to get the ball first, right?
Yeah.
And if you're getting beaten out in a 1v1 duel with something that has a better TTK than you do, you're never going to get the ball. But on the off chance you do get the ball, that is a game changer. Because you know how fast you melee with a ball? You melee with a ball faster than you melee normally. So you can get those 2 melees and kill a Guardian way faster than if you didn't have the ball in your hand. And then there's the whole throw it at the ground, kill everything in a radius in one shot, right?
So Wave Splitter or Ruinous Effigy in the Crucible? Which would you go in with?
Honestly, Wave Splitter for duels, but if you're just memeing, definitely the Effigy.
Yeah,
Effigy or Wither Horde?
Wither Horde.
In the Crucible?
Yeah.
Wither Horde.
I gotta go with Wither Horde, man. It is if you hit somebody, it is a one-shot kill, but I don't think it'll be as fun as if you get the ball for the Effigy.
And when they blow up, they make another pile of poo, which the team cannot stop standing in.
Right?
Yeah, and so both of those. I mean, these are great things. Bungie, thank you. You're making new weapon archetypes, pretty much, and yes. It is an impracticable weapon in PvP, but it is hilarious when you see it in the skilled hands. These guys running up to somebody or crouching around the corner with the orb. They come around the corner, slide with their shotgun into your bubble. They take damage, then you slam them to death. It's lovely. So if you can do it, do it. I think you would do it for a laugh, though. One famous streamer said you'd have to lose a bet to do it, and
I did see a build revolving around this with Warlocks and the Solar subclass, right? It's the subclass where you consume your grenade so you can float in the air a long time. And what they're doing is they're consuming the grenade and floating in the air for like ever
while
until somebody runs underneath
it's
them.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's
and somebody
cool.
runs underneath them, and then they dunk it on them and kill them. I'm like, that is so mean.
But you're right. It probably wouldn't be any fun in PvP.
No. But that
to float invulnerably over their crowd and then dunk them.
Listen, you have to get the ball first. That is the catch, though, man. And unfortunately,
you have to get that initial kill.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a big stepping stone right there, man.
It is a little bit of a speed bump.
So, honestly, I'm kind of happy since the Warlocks were already floating, over as, just gunning me down from the skies anyway. I'm kind of glad they can't gun me down and then bomb me, then nuke the earth from above, because that's all you need is you're just sitting there going, just have a nice day, just capture and be, hanging out, waiting for the next person to come around the corner. Boom, done, dead, nuked from orbit.
See what they do.
I've played PvP with you before, and I've seen you just machine gun them down as they hover.
Right.
Blissfully.
But no, here's what they're going to do. They're going to kill you to get the ball from you, and then hide up in the corner that they just killed you at and wait for you to run underneath, and then kill you with your own orb.
Uh-huh.
Is there a stop hitting yourself triumph? Because if not, there should be.
That would be so dope. But if there was one, you guys would have already had it with those dumbass boots you have.
Winning.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. So Ruinous Effigy, go get it if you haven't. If you're a filthy casual like me, you can aspire to be great like our hunter friends.
Yeah. Hunters have it. You better get caught up, guys. We have a new toy. Oh goodness.
Yeah. When I believe that this will be a Titan weapon. I think that it literally is proccing melee abilities while using it, and and your melee abilities are quite powerful, Titan.
And that's the thing, because when I had the ball, I had a bounty that said I had to kill so many enemies with melees. Hitting people with the ball did not count for those kills, which is weird. Because if you hit them with like the normal balls that drop from other things, that counts. But the Ruinous Effigy did not count for my bounty. Maybe it's bugged, but I found that to be very, very weird.
It's disappointing. I wonder if it pairs with like Worm God Caress or Syntheseps. If you can
It
get
does
more,
not.
it doesn't.
It does not.
Oh, that's
Nope. It was either Astacross or Fallout. I already tested that.
yeah. I was figuring it wouldn't, but that would just be filthy if it did.
Okay, so I don't want to take away. Watch Plunder Booty's video. I'm not shortcutting his video. You got to watch it because it's amazing. And if you don't own Strongholds, get a pair, Mr. Titan, because it is spectacular. Credit to Plunder Booty, but yeah, when you see what it does, you'll stop dying.
And you finally have a use for the Strongholds that you probably got unlocked and deleted and said, I'll put these in collections and maybe I'll think about them again one day.
I don't know why the game thinks that I'm guarding with my sword, but the game thinks I'm guarding with my sword. I don't know why.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. But anyways, watch his video. Don't listen to me.
Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah. I just opened Dim to look up the Strongholds and then realized, no, I don't have them in my collection. In my vault, why would they be there? Why would they be taking up that spot? Now, Nitedemon would have had 6 versions of the Stronghold and told you which one is the best to use, but you don't get that definitely. This week. So this is what you get.
To think that he's only got 6, I think you're underestimating his power, right? Because first of all, you have to have one of each elemental flavor, right? And then you have to have one for strength, for intelligence, for mobility, for all of those.
For the Titans,
right? Yeah. So each one of those in all 3 flavors. So that's got to be what, 6 times 3, 18? Yeah. It's got 18 of those in his vault. Yeah. If you didn't know,
18 of them. Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus. He's probably editing this right now, going, "Excuse me, sir, I only have 16. Thank you."
Oh God! I just realized something.
What's that?
I completed the Dredgen seal.
All right.
I gotta call the helpline right now. I need some support.
All right, Blue, you did it, buddy.
Oh, stop it!
Now you have to wear it though. You got to wear it.
Negative. You can't make me.
You got to wear it.
I will delete my account.
See, Blue, this is Season of the Drifter. Like this, they had a Season of the Drifter, but that was just that was just a red herring.
It wasn't enough.
This is truly. I mean, they gave you a public event that's Gambit.
Yeah.
They gave you, from what I've seen, Prophecy Dungeon that involves Gambit. They gave you a gun to use in these events that are Gambit. Everything is Gambit. It's all Gambit all the way down.
It's calling,
and you have to go into his bedroom the whole time to cash his stuff in. It's terrible.
You know what I think it is? I think it's because there's so much alike he can't stand him. That's what it is, honestly. Right? Like he sees his own reflection within the drifter, and he can't stand it.
Wow, you cut so deep. You cut so deep.
Self-hating Dredgen. Look at you, man.
That's amazing. I think we just need to call this episode "Blue Screen Becomes Dredgen." Because I can't. I don't know the number of times we've mentioned your deep love of the Drifter, but
this is the episode that was burned in effigy. There's no doubt.
In Ruinous Effigy, even.
Ruinous Effigy. Did the Ruinous Effigy help you get that title?
No.
Oh,
that's too bad.
Yeah, that would have been a real great tie-in there, man.
I know.
Why don't we say it did anyway? Hey, edit the fact that he said yes somewhere in there.
Yeah,
of course.
You'll say yes sometime in the next hour. And then you'll listen back and go, I don't remember any of this.
I'll just be a 5-year-old.
He'll make a song for you singing for the Dredgen, man. I'm telling you.
No.
Yeah. No, you're going to have a Dredgen song.
No.
It's going to be incredible. All right. Well, I think
our non sequiturs are going well. What next?
Yep.
I suppose we should get back to some other sequitur. So there's things in the store. So I guess Moments of Triumph. You can buy things like this fancy shirt you have. That my shirt from year 1 is.
You skipped the pyramids, dude. Timing of the pyramids. Hold up. I lied. It's tied into the pyramids. Continue.
Right, yeah. Time of the Pyramids. They show up on Bungie Day, no less, and because it was Bungie Day on the 7th. they have things in the store, and there's a sale running till the 13th. So if you hurry, you might be able to get this by the time the podcast is out, or this might be 6 hours and you won't hear it in time. But honestly, at this point, if you're not following the Bungie store and Bungie rewards and getting the emails because they give you free engrams and loot, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Even us filthy casuals are getting those.
Yeah.
So I mean, who doesn't want a little baby shacks or your lore books or your?
I would never wear that raid ring, but I want it. I would never wear it.
I do want it too. I was
Right.
thinking about putting it like on the chains that you have dog tags on. Just put it on one of there, like wear it like that.
Yeah, there's very few things in this game, physical items where I see and I go, I have to own one of those. The shirts I've gotten because I like most of the designs of them and they're just fun. But yeah, that ring. I mean, I am one for all the raids, so I don't think it's going to happen. But that is a really nice looking ring.
Well, the cool thing
really
is that the streamers are up and running. I mean, they're definitely they're bringing people through.
Oh, right. No,
So in reality, even the casual gamer like myself has a chance to do it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. To be fair, if I had the time and inclination to do so, I don't doubt I could find a group that could tolerate me through the raid. It's just finding the time and the dedication to actually doing it. Really, all I want to do.
Believe it or not,
I don't even care about anything until it's a catalyst.
Peroty, talking about finding a group, right? On this past week, I was looking for raid groups because I was farming Anarchy, Teraba, all that stuff while we had the chance to. By the way, guys, I finally got the Anarchy. Oh yeah! Anyway,
saw that you were on quite the streak of raid exotics all of a sudden.
I am, dude. I'm getting them all. I'm still farming the Teraba.
Finally today, changed.
Well,
there's party of 4 on flight.
Anarchy, party of 4. Anarchy, party of 4.
Yeah.
We went in with a fire team of 4.
Yeah, right. But no, the Teraba is still being very elusive. I think I've completed 7 or 8 runs so far. Still no Teraba. So she's being a bit of a let's fill in that blank, all right, guys? But it's not going great for me. But point I was getting at is the LFG for PC kept going down for obvious reasons, right? And somebody told me, and I know I host a podcast, and I know you guys have probably said this many times.
You do?
Shut up. Is if you go to the Bungie website themselves, man, they actually have a community tab, and on the community tab, there is an actual LFG. And that was so easy to just find a group. Because it lets you sort by, what activity you want to do, and it shows you all the people doing those activities, and all you do is click a bubble, and it gives you their info, and you join them right then and there.
On Xbox, they have a huge tool for that. I mean, it's thousands
Yes,
of people.
I do know about the Xbox LFG, but even thinking that, the Xbox LFG, they have to invite you or whatever. You have to get the group together. This is not the case. On the Bungie one, right? It gives you their information. You just jump on their fire team, like, what up, dog? And they're like, who are you? Doing the raid, let's go. Right? So you just jump in on them completely unsuspected, and they don't even have to invite you. You see what I'm saying? So
I understand what you're saying.
Exactly.
I'm sure that makes the best fire teams ever.
Yeah.
It actually does, because we've been very successful with everything we've done, except for gosh damn it.
First
What
word
are the activities?
sounds like Scourge,
No.
Garden.
No, it was an activity
PvP?
that I had to do.
Well,
And I had to
Flatulence?
spend on, Thank you.
So was our fire team good? Of course it was good. Let's see. There was me. Oh, done.
No, I'm trying. This was a one-off. That's why I'm having a hard time remembering them, because they just could not get the stuff together, and I was getting so mad that my wife is telling me to calm down. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is literally the easiest thing to do, and they keep screwing it up in a way that I think is on purpose at this point, right? Anyway, it'll come to
So
me.
it sounds like you were raiding with the Frozen Clan, although you weren't.
No, it was not.
Luna.
No. These guys make the Frozen Clan look like pros.
I've been pleased that a lot of Frozen people have been playing. I haven't been able to get that many to jump into fire teams. What have you guys been saying about me?
That you
is it
love
the timing?
Gambit. And go to blue screen for 42 for all your Gambit needs. If you need a Gambit Sherpa who has the Dredgen title, he's your man. That's what we've been telling everybody.
How do you get that Dredgen title if you don't love that game mode?
Exactly. I mean, if you don't have at least 10 resets on your Gambit resets, what do you even do with yourself?
Yeah, actually,
you're joking about it, but you're being right. You don't accidentally get that title. You had to work for that, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's some things you had to do. There came a point where the Drifter just broke you. That was just like, you've come this far. We spent so much time together. It's sort of like you're being on a long road trip and you're listening to this one band that you just hate. And eventually by, the end of the 16th hour, you're like, this isn't bad. I'm kind of getting into this. I'm kind of digging this.
I told you he's got a secret love for the Drifter. Y'all don't believe me. Y'all think I'm joking.
Does protest too much. It reminds me, actually, I was looking through my messages just now. A little shout out to Underdodge18 who sent me this message. Hello. Respawn said that you're pretty good at raids, and I was wondering if you could help me and my two friends that are named here do the raid. And he was cool about it. And I said, I haven't been raiding this season, but I'd help him with other stuff and never heard back. But thanks for throwing me out there as a raid Sherpa.
Absolutely.
Respawn.
The raids that you've done, you know how to do.
There's no doubt.
You doing them this season or not is irrelevant. My statement is true.
You were absolutely true. It was factual.
Yeah.
I still maintain we offer raid hindrance more than raid help. PC, raid help. Xbox, definitely raid hindrance. PS4, you're on your own.
There's time kill and there's laughs to kill, and we're leading the league in laughs.
Right. If you're looking to do a raid in 9 hours and laugh the whole time, that's Frozen. If you're looking to stream, that's Frozen Xbox, I should say. That's Frozen Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking to just get it done and move on with your life because you got other crap to do, that's Frozen PC. So, pick your poison.
That's a subsidiary of Frozen Xbox.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's going to help that they remove the reward lock for the raids. I think that'll make people a lot more eager to Sherpa and carry and stuff. Yeah,
but does that only last this week? Nobody's been able to answer that question for me.
I'm pretty sure it lasts through the Moments of Triumph, because this is sort of Moments of Triumph and Solstice of Heroes is sort of like the like the end of the season big blowout sale. Doorbusters, get in now, get all your raid loot and get out. Yeah. So I'm assuming it's through the end of this season.
Yeah, they're just dumping the bag of candy on the table.
Yeah, especially since it's all it's all going away. It's kind of like I say at the end of D1, even though D1 is it's still technically there. Where they were like, here's bringing all the crazy Crucible modes in and giving you mayhem strikes. It's like they threw all this stuff in sort of at the end of the last season before when we would see a Destiny 3 if there were going to be a Destiny 3, and now it's with the Destiny content vault. This stuff goes away, so they're like get into it now, play it now. You want the armor, there's a piece you're missing. You haven't gotten an exotic in the last 4 years. Now's your chance.
And I think it's really good fertilizer for the community to get people who aren't used to raiding. They want to get that done for this Triumph, and the people who are willing to take people through because of the rewards, they might be able to build the community of people that are raiding. Yeah, because they put a lot of work in that content, right? And what percentage of people are actually participating in the way?
Not a lot.
Yeah, the numbers are still. I'm always, I say I'm surprised that they're so low, but I haven't raided since original Leviathan, and it's been months really since there's any serious rating. And I will drop a link in the show notes, but actually sort of behind the scenes, our friends at the Guardian Hub and Guardian Downcast have been putting together a 100.io group. And if you don't know, the 100.io is another place you can go for LFG. I'm not going to say it's the first, but it was the first one I sort of stumbled across before Xbox and before Bungie had built all this up. I think that's where I think all of us eventually ran into each other. I think that's where we eventually met, Nitedemon day rating. That's where we used to, we would do Vault of Glass and Crota in the mornings before work and knock that out in an hour or two once we got competent. That's where we met up with people. And 100.io is nice because you can sort of form like clans or raid groups there as well as, so, if you're in a clan in Destiny and you say, well, I want to be in this clan, but they don't do raiding or they don't do trials or they don't do whatever. You can go to 100.io, sort of join a group over there, and then say, okay, here's my core group we go do this with. So it's just another place you can sort of have that friends list of people you can, build a community with or play with, or eventually ditch your old clan and get a new, better clan. And 100.io is a wonderful thing. So we'll drop that link in the show notes because I'm not going to read it to you because it's long and stupid. So
perfect.
Yeah,
Right?
and just another place to go. Again, if you're looking to get this stuff done, they've both got very active communities and people on all sorts of platforms. So if you're like, hey, I want to do this, but I'm not on your platform, except for Stadia, because let's be honest, no one's rating on Stadia. Then
Right.
yeah, you can find them there, and go find Blue Screen for all your Gambit help.
And your rating needs.
Yes, absolutely. Blue Screen, Raid, and Gambit Sherpa. We're going to talk this up. We're going to make this a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. Nitedemon took me into a Reckoning Tier 3, and it was great because it drops all kinds of
That's what it was.
stuff you
Reckoning.
need. It was
Oh
a
my
blast.
God.
And then I said, oh, well, he's gone. It's group matchmaking anyway, so I'll try to go in there. And it said, no, sir. No, you are not invited.
No, and that's what it was. Freaking Reckoning. I was only doing a tier 2, dude. A tier freaking 2. And these guys were acting like they had no idea what's going on, right? And it's always on the bridge where everybody's dying. We got to go from one circle to the next up the bridge. These guys aren't even standing inside the circle half the time. They're running around melee and shooting things outside of the circle. And then when they see, oh, it's at 80%, I'm going to run to the next circle. No, you idiot.
No, you wait until
it slows down when you leave. Yeah? Oh, God. It was so bad. I was getting so mad.
The voice of someone who has not spent hours and hours grinding through Reckoning and going, these people are all morons. Why can't we get this done? Or the worst part is you get through the bridge because somehow you're like, we can stand in a circle. We can stand in the Titan Bubble or in the Warlock Rift and stand in the circle. And then we get to the end boss and just can't figure out how to do enough damage to kill the boss. That's the most frustrating. When you're there and you're like, hey guys, we've melted everyone now.
What's frustrating is when you have a Titan Bubble and the idiot decides to use it as a banner shield instead. Not the banner shield. He's got the bubble because he uses it when he feels like it. But most of the time, he just uses the shield and going around killing enemies. It's like, why are you doing this?
Your job is to help your team stay alive. Get in the bubble, get basic damage. Everything is good. The bubble's good again. We made bubbles were bad for a while, but we made them good again. I might even say great.
Tethers have always been good.
Tether is still good.
Yeah.
But the bubble protects you from all the snipers that you don't feel like shooting at because you're dealing with the larger mobs right in front of you. So, yeah.
Yeah, they require a little bit of attention. The snipers must be put to bed.
Yeah, those are the things that will just absolutely destroy you if given the chance. And they will take every chance you give them.
They will. But moving on to
So why were you guys in Reckoning? Now I'm curious. As someone who flirted
it's part of the Ruinous Effigy quest.
Well, it is a little bit of that, but it's also when you're trying to do your work for the recaster, you need to make these little orbs, and going in there at tier 3 is far more efficient. Than some of the other
just to farm enemies.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I looked at the Xbox app a couple times this week. As I was working, going, I wish I was playing with those guys. And I was like, I saw people in Reckoning and going, why? I couldn't drag people in there before, and now people are in there willingly. I was very confused as to what had changed.
Willingly is a strong word, and I disagree with its use in this case. Okay, not willingly. We had to because the Ruinous Effigy, but willingly is definitely not the word I would put in there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but, escalation would give me, 15% of the progress, and this was giving me over 50% each round. So
nice.
It's no comparison.
See, I would have been getting that, except I was getting 25 to 28 because they kept failing.
Yeah, that's the biggest.
It was still 3 times faster than the escalation.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with that. I would say, if you are going to Reckoning, at least try to bring one other person with you, because the matchmaking, the worst part of Reckoning is if you have a team of 3 and you all load it once and no one quits out before you start it, you at least have a 50% chance of completing it. If you get in there and then one person or worse 2 people leave immediately, it's like the game will, at least in my experience, this will never give you a third person. Like it'll never. You'll load like one person in, and then you'll both stand and look at each other by the drifters thing before you jump down, going, maybe a third person will join us. No, they never will. I don't know why. It just, no, the game hates you and doesn't let, or no, is it 3 or is it 4? God, it's been a while now.
It's 4 people.
It is 4 people. I was like, wait a minute, 3 sounds. Same thing applies. It'll never give you a full team. If you don't load it once, it's just like no, you.
No, it's still fine. You'll get 2 people, but never 3 or 4.
Right, exactly, yeah. And you're like, I can do the first part, no problem. Even the bridge, maybe, but yeah, then you get to the boss and you're like going, yeah, no, we're dead now.
So to sideswipe what we were talking about earlier, right? I will give Bungie credit where it is due. Them unlocking the caps. I know, it's weird. Them unlocking the caps for rewards for the raids, I think is a genius move on their part. Honestly, I respected them so much.
Sorry. I'm imagining how awkward you must look right now.
Until.
There's the big butt in the room.
Until. And it has to do with the nightfall.
And I don't know why.
It does have to do with the nightfall. And this goes back to my normal everyday bitch. Right? About them immediately fixing the things that benefit us. Right? So now we have armor that sunsets. Right? Most of the armor sunsets now, right? And if you want to masterwork that armor, you got to get all these materials. But getting those materials is a pain in the rear, right? It sucks getting them. I hate having to go in there to masterwork one thing. That's why I've had the same masterwork set of armor for multiple seasons now, because I hate doing that. And now Bungie is sunsetting armor to force you to go back and do that, right? So everybody's like, this sucks. I hate it. Whatever, right? Everybody's all mad about that. So here comes the Pyramid Nightfall, right? Where it's bugged, and everybody is 750, even at the 1080 light level. So people are actually taking this opportunity to farm the materials that we so desperately need. And within 24 hours, I think, 48 hours, Bungie patches that. All the broken things in the game are still broken, the ones that do not benefit us. But that one right there, that one thing, they fixed it so quickly. And the reason that makes me mad is because with Bungie doing the whole unlimited raids, right? We went in to go do the Leviathan for the title, right? And that thing is still, I would venture to say it's more buggy than it's ever been. I was going to say it's still as buggy as it was, but I disagree. Because back in the day, you'd come across the wall not showing up glitch. Yes, I do. I do that quite often. So, back in the day, you'd get the wall not showing up glitch even though they hit the right thing once every couple of hours, right? This time when we went in, that thing happened once every 10, 15 minutes. The wall just wouldn't show up, period. And that's just one of the bugs. There's other bugs where enemies wouldn't show up or our guys would spawn in. You know how when you spawn in and you're about to start the encounter, they would spawn in and die. Just die. Just flat out dead. They'd come into the void room, and they would be alive inside the throne room, and they'd punch the corresponding thing that needs to be punched and get teleported into the void room and come into the void room already dead. We're just like, what?
This is just prestige level 2. You've actually unlocked a secret hardcore mode. You have to be even more prestige than you were before.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, honestly, it wouldn't be a Bungie raid if it weren't full of bugs. That's just, I mean, every Bungie raid, that's how it goes. I'm hoping they take this opportunity, with the content vault. Hey, take things out of the game, patch them, fix them, go through your list of bugs, fix those, bring the raids back with a new set of bugs, and then we can complain about different things and enjoy different.
But don't you see the problem in that?
Control across the room.
The one sentence you said is why it's a problem. Like you just said, it wouldn't be a Bungie raid without bugs. Why do we settle for that? Why do we settle with things that are a detriment to us just being a thing that we have to deal with, and all the things that benefit us, then patching near immediately? We shouldn't have to stand for that.
It's an exaggeration, and you don't have to stand for it. I play this game because I love this game, and I do have played raids, and there are bugs in them, and you figure out how to manage those. And some of those are us trying to figure out how to sneak through and breaking it. But the retired stuff you're talking about, the raid armor is not going to retire, right? We know that. The material farms are still out there. You can still go and get things done. You just can't do it while you're AFK or fighting against balloon animal mobs in a raid or a Nightfall. And you have a point. It's absolutely true. They are fixing those bugs that the community is glomming onto, and they do fix those a lot quicker than some of the other ones. And because I'm so sympathetic to Bungie, I imagine it's because those are easier fixes. I think they care a lot about the game and the community. They don't want to bump people out.
They care about the game, yes. The community, that's up in the air. Because the things that the community loves are the first things that they're taking away. You don't hear anybody complaining about these farms. You don't hear anybody saying, oh, this is going to break the game. I hope Bungie fixes it. This is too broken.
Farm complainer over here. Farm complainer.
What?
I was complaining about the farms because it made, doing the activity impossible because people couldn't farm at proper light levels.
I'm not talking about the forges. I'm talking about like the pyramid. Yeah.
The forge was a thing. The forge was a thing. It was a farm that was broken. It was breaking the gameplay for.
Yeah, that's the one that bugs me. And honestly, if
that was the community's fault, though. That was the community's fault because we all knew if you got below 750 light, you wouldn't be paired up with people actually trying to do it.
But we're counting on Bungie to manage the community's ability to ruin the game for other community members.
Right.
That's their job.
I concede my point when it comes to the AFK farming. That was a problem. But who is it hurting that the raids, that the Nightfalls are easier for us to get components now? Who is that hurting? You're not going AFK farming. So what?
You're still getting good materials out of raids. You just have to fight them you have to play them as they were intended. It was broken. It wasn't supposed to be full of balloon animals. It was supposed to be mobs.
I understand it's broken, but what I'm saying is they put more emphasis breaking the things that we enjoy, that we need in the game every now and again to get caught up on materials or whatever. Then they take time to fix the things that are actually broken.
To be clear, it was a Nightfall, not a raid, right? And they didn't
it was
fix
a Nightfall,
it.
Yeah.
They didn't fix it. They just toggled it to something different. And so
Which
the
is
things,
a temporary fix.
The wall you're talking about in the raid that get booped through is probably a lot more complicated fix.
Yeah, I mean that's something if it were an easy fix, they'd fix it by now. And someone brought up an interesting point. I think it was maybe Houndish's video I was watching. Is with the locations going away, that may be the last time we see this raid between now and
right.
Not right.
Nightfall.
That Nightfall, yeah, that Nightfall. They say, hey, there's a bug in here. Add it to the backlog. When we take the content out of the game, we can fix this bug along with all the other bugs that are in there, all the other things that need to be dealt with. At this point, it's like an end of life piece of software. We've gotten the end of life warning. We're not getting fixed all the stuff that's going away in September.
Do not resuscitate has been filed.
Exactly. They're not resuscitating anything that's leaving in September. They're going to go, yeah, it's broken. If it's a quick fix of, hey, we just give you a different Nightfall that's not broken or broken in a different way, here you go. But yeah, we're not going to spend any resources fixing these things that are going away in September anyway. They're going to fix the things to make Respawn angriest. That's how they work. But, that's what DMG told me.
You know what? I actually think that they listen to the podcast and specifically screw with me. Y'all make jokes about it. But evidence is starting to go that maybe that's true, man.
DMG,
what you have to realize is that 80% of your rants are edited out by the time it gets to the public. So how do they even know what you're saying?
Because Nitedemon is houndish and sends them right to Bungie. He actually plays them for Bungie when he goes into Bungie Studios. That's all.
You've got to start listening to the podcast. Respawn, you got it.
I haven't really had a lot of rants lately, so I mean, there's that, I guess.
Let's dedicate them more.
I'm joking.
Anyway, point is that still very much gets under my skin that they're so quick to fix the things the community praises and just leaves the things that we hate in the game broken still. And I concede that some of these are game breaking, like the Forge, right? And I also concede that some things are easier to fix than others. But why? Why? You see that the community is enjoying something. There's so many YouTube channels out there. You're getting people that are coming back to the game. Some friends of mine weren't playing the game until I told them how easy it was to farm materials. And they're like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. And then they jump back on, Things like that have the potential of bringing people back, but Bungie fixes it immediately, man. Whatever. I'm done. Moving on.
I don't know. Anyway, so Winter Emblem Dinner. There were two shows going on, a fashion show and an art show. I'm not going to describe for you in depth the lovely, fashionable Guardians we're seeing and the lovely artwork. Go read This Week at Bungie for the 9th of July, 2020, and you all the beautiful artwork and the amazing Saint 14 Lego that's there, because that is very
amazing.
well done.
That's cool.
And who doesn't need a Riven of 1,000 squish little plushie? I mean, Riven is a plushie. What's not to love? So yeah, go check out that artist. Go check out the beautiful fashionable Guardians. If you submitted Nitedemon, it didn't win. Nitedemon, I'm sorry, Nitedemon.
Sorry, Nitedemon.
You probably didn't submit
It's because Nitedemon submitted it under Rule 34 articles, and Bungie can't accept those.
No, everybody knows that. But yeah, I would actually check it out. The movies of the week are 2 time lapses that are cool. They're not from the game. They're fun.
That's awesome.
Art show time lapse, so they kind of overlapped them with the art.
Nice.
Cool.
And for those of you that missed out on the previous Ghost, the one that looks like it's good. I can't remember the name. I'm not even going to try. For those of you that missed out on the Ghost that gave you plus 10% XP and Speed Demon, and you can't get a roll, the heart that Eververse is selling this week has that exact roll. If you've never given money to Eververse, just on pure principle, I totally get that. To each their own. But this is a great Ghost to have, especially if you do raids, and especially if you like the Sparrow race with a giant sun following you to death. It's worth it.
And the emblem's cool too. It looks like kind of an 8-bit art thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So the emblem, like Respawn said, gives you Guiding Light, Speed Demon, and then a random destination perk. Hopefully not a destination that's leaving in September, but we'll see.
Leviathan.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my god, that would be so bad.
So you're gonna have to buy. So you might have to buy 6 or 7 of them just in case you get a destination that will still be here past September.
It's your OG cred though to have it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And then I have a real thing for like pixel art and glitch art, and the emblem is it looks like a pixely glitchy. Honestly, all I can think is Siva. When I see like red glitchiness in Destiny, all I can think is Siva. So you can get your Siva heart if you get for a direct donation of $25 or more to the Bungie Foundation because they're doing iPads for kids. Do you guys remember the Cars for Kids commercial that gets into your brain because it's so ass?
Thank you for that. Now I have that earworm.
You're welcome. No. Because I saw this and all I thought was iPads for kids. Bungie's giving iPads to kids. No. Give Bungie $25 and iPads for kids.
Make him stop.
You're welcome, everyone.
I can't. I don't have editing power. But I will tell you this. In Louisiana, we had something that was absolutely hysterical out of context. Now, if you think about it, you know why it is. But I'm going to give you the out of context that they used to say. Like, you got an old beater? You got a car you don't want anymore? Donate it to the Heritage for the Blind. That's it.
Well, I'm sure that went well.
It won't be easy. It won't be soon. It'll be fine.
Right. I mean, the idea is to donate it so that you can drive around people that are blind, right? But out of context, donate your car to the Heritage for the Blind. Excuse me?
Don't worry, we have the blind leading the blind. It will be fine. Nothing to worry about here.
Oh, goodness. Okay, what do we got going? Masterful Triumph. Sometimes there are a few rough edges to smooth out when new content launches. The player support team is there to monitor the help forums and identify any issues that arise so we can keep you informed and get fixes rolling. This is their report. Twitch extension. Oh my god. Last week our Destiny 2 Twitch extension received an upgrade. Viewers can now give 2 subs to their favorite streamer in exchange for a shader, an emblem, and other loot. Players who didn't receive the loot can collect it using our Twitch extension gift subs contact form. That's a link, by the way. Please note, gift sub progress only counts in a desktop browser. Gifting subs through the Twitch mobile app and mobile browser do not count. Again, have to do it from a desktop or laptop, I'm assuming, browser, but you can't do it from the mobile. No iPads, no phones, no Teletubbies, none of that, okay? Viewers should refresh the stream they're watching if they encounter issues with bounty progress after purchasing gift subs.
So this
Here
was
we
a
go.
thing. I felt like Glad. I think it had some sort of like absolutely insane like sub thing going on where he can more or less retire forever now on the amount of money generated.
Pretty much him and Impashed, yeah. No, they had so
Yeah.
many subs. I think
Yeah,
Impashed got 8,000 subs in one sitting. It was
Yeah,
nuts.
like that's just unreal.
Yeah.
So
This
That's the way
you
to
too
get
can be
the
a
streamers coming, though.
you too can be a Destiny streamer and just retire on Destiny content and you're done.
There you
You're
go.
out.
Working.
That's why they
at
haven't been
design.
putting up any more videos anymore. They don't need them. They've retired. So the Nightfall ordeal, we've already discussed that. Bungie Day emblem, the Bungie Day emblem septenary encryption. That's
Sure.
a fun word. Septenary encryption. Whatever. You guys read it. Will be available to redeem next Tuesday, July 14th, after the weekly, not weekend, weekly reset. We got another charity emblem. This is from GCX. Earlier this week, emails were sent to those who donated exactly $50 or $100 during June 18th. Now, that doesn't mean 49. It doesn't mean 51. It doesn't mean 99. It doesn't mean 101. Exactly 50 or exactly 100. During our June 18th GCX charity stream, time of 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. PDT, those who donated $100 will receive another emblem next season. Players who believe they didn't receive an email should look in their spam folder or create a thread in our help forum. While emblem codes are no longer available, St. Jude is still accepting donations. Here, this is a link. Okay. And keep in mind, guys, if you feel like donating, you don't necessarily need an emblem to prove you're a good person. Just give them money if you feel like it. Don't be like Respawn.
Give it to the kids, and then you get a nice emblem and a ghost shader.
What are you talking about? Respawn, you're a giver. You donate a couple of these things.
I have, yes, I have. But I got emblems.
Oh. Oh.
Anyway,
People donate
jokes.
something in it for very
Jokes.
important.
These are the jokes.
All right, known issues. That's all you, Peroty.
It is. Yeah, we have a couple of known issues. So, this has been noted, and I think Nitedemon and others have already missed this. But if you're trying to get the Savathun's Eyes and getting your Hive God Optimist Triumph, which is it called Optimist? Did they miss a Hive God Optometrist Triumph? Because that's what it should be called.
It really should. That's a good catch.
I read Optimist 3 times, and I was like, are you sure you didn't miss this pun? Come on, Bungie. We expect
They have had typos before. I think it's a typo.
Yeah, it definitely. It's supposed to be Optimus. We're gonna go with that. Optometrist.
Yeah. So players should only destroy Savathun's Eyes using the Ruinous Effigy's exotic trace rifle itself. Don't throw the ball at it. Don't use the volley. Don't pick up the volley. Don't love the volley. Shoot the eye with the gun. Otherwise, you will not get your Optimist or Optometrist Triumph in the Moments of Triumph 2020 seal. So again, shoot the eyes with the gun, not with the volley.
Sorry, Houndish.
Yeah, the Lucent Blade Armor mod doesn't always appear on Season 11 armor. Sometimes there, sometimes not. It's very fickle. The Energy Converter mod won't grant super energy if the player is already over 50% of their super. This is apparently by design. The armor ornaments from the Eater Worlds and Spires of Star Raids no longer appear in player collections. Some players can't progress the means to an end quest. While we continue our investigation, players can progress their quest by using an alternate character or joining other characters who have actually started the mission. So I guess they can't start the actual quest, itself, but if you join somebody else or grab another character, it should work there. Players who didn't claim the reward for completing means to an end in the previous week will be locked out from acquiring and will have to wait until the following week, so don't do that. It's sad. You have to wait a whole nother week until Tuesday. Players unable to launch the interference mission may be able to play through it by joining someone else who's already in the mission. And as always, we continue to investigate Beaver error codes frequently on the Steam platform. I don't know what you Steamer guys are doing over there with all your beavers, but it's no good. And we also
I always thought Beaver was a good thing until Bungie started using it, and then somebody educated me that Bungie's Beaver is different from the beavers that I grew up talking about. And it was a little bit of a culture shock, I gotta say.
Yeah, they're not friendly. They knock you out of rage. They kill you. It's not good times. Those beavers are nasty.
Yes,
we also had, along with our known issues, we also had a patch drop this week on July 7th on good old Bungie Day. So 2.9.1 has dropped, and you should be syncing it, playing with it, enjoying it. It fixed an issue in our Contact Public event where you couldn't collect, or you could collect your 15 modes prior to unlocking the Umbral Mastery 2 gift. So if you're playing Trials, you should have increased Glimmer rewards in Trials of Osiris. Yay!
Huzzah!
They fixed an issue where the Nightmare Hunts could grant more Seasons of Arrivals rewards than intended, just despite respawn. Also, who's doing Nightmare Hunts? Are those a thing? Anyway. As we've already mentioned, the following raids no longer have their weekly rewards capped anymore. Leviathan, Eater of Worlds, Spire Stars, Crown of Sorrow, Scourge of the Past. They do note the secret chests will continue to have their lockouts. So you're going to need some friends or an LFG group to actually go complete the raids. You can't just farm the secret chests. All armor from the above listed raids have been added to the Season of Arrivals Fusion cap, and the Last Wish and Garden of Salvation raid weapons and armor add to the cap. So all of those things, if you do them now, Season of Arrivals cap. They don't go at the end of the season. Go respawn.
Yes, I have a new sword, but I don't need it anymore because our new sword is better.
Very good. Sword replacements. So a little bit of gaming. This was a big update. There's lots of things that I've downloaded and haven't touched. So they fixed an issue where the Heavy Hitter's Triumph wasn't properly tracking hitting heavies. They fixed an issue where the Season of the Worthy rank stat tracker wasn't appearing properly, so you didn't know what you were doing. They fixed an issue where players had the Guardian games in their inventory well after Titans completely dominated the event. Hunters are still pretty sad about it.
Yeah, I saw that.
This is actually in the release notes. This is not me poking fun. This is Bungie poking.
No, I know. I read that, and yeah.
And screamed loudly, and your wife said, "What happened?" You said, "I just reading patch notes, honey. Nothing to worry about."
Oh no,
Nothing
she
to
knew.
see here.
She knew. I emphasized my exasperation at that moment. Okay.
They've also fixed an issue where, with the inconsistent use of weapon and ammo types in the high-stakes heist quest steps, they fixed an issue where the Seraph weapons were not counting towards a Sleeper Simulant Catalyst quest progression.
Oof.
Respawn, good news. They fixed a rare crash with Anarchy. Because how fun would it be
I heard about that.
and then have it crash on you now that you finally have it? Well, they've apparently fixed it. Hopefully. It'll crash differently now. Yeah. They've also fixed an issue with the Umbral Enhancement 3 that was preventing Cold Denial and Falling Guillotine from getting an additional trait. That's disappointing for those who have that unlocked. They fixed an issue with the Vortex.
No, it's fixed now.
Right.
Because I was going to say. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Words. How do they work? So sadly, they fixed an issue with the Vortex frame swords where the heavy attack wasn't ending properly over the network and giving you that secret, we talked about last week, that secret extra buff of damage because it was basically swinging the sword twice over the network. It doesn't do that anymore. You
say that, and I honestly think they didn't fix it. I'm being for real. Because whenever I was farming the marionettes to do the quest that you haven't done yet, I was using my sword to kill the marionettes fast, and I'd do the swing, and then the animation would finish, and then there'd still be another damage take afterwards. So I don't think they completely fixed it.
So Vortex frame swords, the new Telesto? Question marks.
I guess.
They've also allegedly fixed an issue where the Season of Arrivals weapons are collection entries. So they should be in collections now. In armor, they fixed an issue that was preventing these Season of Worthy armor mods from having a chance to be purchasable on Banshee 44. And fixed an issue preventing players from purchasing the Unflinching Machine Gun mod from Banshee. So while he had it, it was not for you. You couldn't buy it. They've also added the ability for Season of Arrivals armor to use Charge with Light mods from Season of Dawn, for those of you who have paid any attention to the Charge with Light. They've corrected some incorrect armor mod icons for the Season of Arrivals mods. Corrected incorrect perk descriptions on 2 mods, the Reactive Pulse, formerly Font of Light, and Radiant Light, to correctly match their functionality. So it does what it says on the tin now. Very good. They've added the Season of... Mm-hmm.
1 second. Blue and Peroty. If you don't know about it, there's a mod where if you're charged with light, you do extra damage to enemies until you kill one, right? What you want to do is you want to get that, you want to put it on your armor, kill an enemy before you start a boss fight. That whole boss fight, you get an extra 20% damage buff for the entirety of that fight. Just so you guys know.
When you say is it a timer or how does it? When does it end?
No, it's a mod. No, it ends when you kill an enemy.
Okay, so the
as long as you're not killing any
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
Right,
there's no
yeah,
ads.
so-
If you just focusing on the boss, that counts as your
Exactly.
enemy.
Exactly. So the whole boss fight, you get an extra 20% damage buff on top of whatever else you got going on.
Any idea what that one's called? And I ask because I don't know either.
I did, but it's on my computer, which is dead. I'm on my phone right now. I'll have to look it up and let you guys know.
Fair enough. It'll be in the show notes or Google it because that's what it's there for.
Or I'll find it while we're talking and I'll tell you there.
Either way, real-time update. So they've also added the Season of Arrivals mod socket to the pieces of EDZ armor set that didn't have them. The Unstoppable Pulse Rifle artifact mod will no longer cause non-pulse rifle damage to stagger unstoppable champions while aiming down the sights of a pulse rifle.
You're confusing me.
Unstoppable Pulse Rifle mod work better now. Less bad, more good.
No, if you had some damage over time effect from another weapon, you fire that weapon and then switch to your pulse, it was letting that stagger. Is that what they're saying?
Yes.
Pretty cool. I missed that one. They fixed that one, huh?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. I heard that was a thing, and I'm going, I really should get that unlocked and be able to play with it one of these days. The rival Warlock Ghost Shell from the Guardian games will now show a ghost projection. Sorry, Warlocks, it just wasn't before. They fixed an issue where the Unstoppable Pulse Rifle mod was displaying the icon of a scout rifle, because it just wants to be a scout rifle and had a bad childhood. It fixed a bug where aim assistance when shooting the barricade using the Titan's ramparts, so there was some issue with barricades and Titan's ramparts and aim assistance. It's fixed now, allegedly. Eververse, almost done with these. The header of the Flare section of Eververse now displays the correct text. I can't read and Bungie can't spell, so we're doing great. Controller remapping. They've updated the description for toggle sprint. So it says something different now. Probably you toggle to sprint and you're able to sprint again.
The problem was the description.
Yep. It was all the description. It was not the game, just the description. Xur, they've updated descriptions of the exotic engrams on Xur as players may now purchase more than one in a given week using the exotic cipher. And also, as a reminder, Xur now sells randomly rolled, weapons and armor with high drops on them. So if there's something you're missing, or if you're looking for a new armor piece of something you already have, or if you just want to go buy his Fated Engram to get something random, go visit Xur every week. He's worth visiting. And finally, we fixed an issue with the subtitles of the season rival Drifter dialogue could misgender a player as brother when using a female character. Blue's new best friend, the Drifter. Oh, and I take it back. We're not quite done. They've adjusted the Strike Weekly bounty pool for seasonal focus. Scoring Cabal Vex and Fallen variants should no longer appear during the season of arrivals, and they fixed an issue where the first sleeper node, CB Nav Run Dynamic Approach Arch, was not appearing for players attempting to complete the Nascent Dawn exotic quest. That's a lot of fixes. Hopefully they're all actually fixed.
Whew. Yep.
That's 2.9.1. So yeah, that's a lot.
Well
so
done.
here's one of them I found, right? This isn't the one I was talking about, but here's one of them. It's specifically for hunters. If you're a hunter player and dislike how the other two classes gain damage bonuses from their abilities, yes, fret not, because high energy fire grants a 20% bonus to damage to all of your weapons until you kill an enemy.
Nice. So high energy fire mod. Is that one from
High
this
energy
season
fire.
or is that a previous season? And
That
again, I
is
ask because I
from
have completely ignored all of these and don't know.
Season of Dawn. Season of Dawn.
Ah, very good. And that,
Cool.
friends, is our job for this week. So, do we have a Destiny roundup, dear responsor?
We do, in fact, have one of those. Yes. And I'm pulling it up right now because I was Googling that other thing. There we go.
Your very favorite
Raid-
friends in the world tell you about all the things.
Raid repeatable rewards, rings, and mods, everybody. Cosmo, our friendly neighborhood, not Spider-Man, says says no weekly reward limits from the main encounters on raids also apply to exotics from said raids. Reddit link. Tom, our design lead, clarifies. Aqueous Catalyst is not currently farmable. Oof. They are discussion options. Twitter link. armor, exotics, and weapons from the encounter chests are farmable. Catalysts and secret chests are not currently farmable, although completing the 5 featured raids awards moments of triumph progress too, which is more rewarding than ever this year. Twitter link. And one of these, I believe, gives you one of the catalysts if you complete it. No, it gives you the emote where you're sitting in Calus's cup. Like, one of the triumphs gives you that if you guys don't have that yet. So
His hammock?
No, hammock, I guess. I was imagining it being his chalice, that you're sitting in his chalice, drinking a chalice just to spite him. But yeah, I guess it's a hammock. Whatever.
Now I can't stop seeing a hammock.
Feedback on separating ghost shells from their perks has been forwarded along Reddit link. That's good, because there's some beautiful ghost shells I wish I could have, but the perks suck.
Agreed. I have so many that I keep because they're beautiful, but the perks are garbage.
Right?
Yep.
As soon as they can share more info on transmog, they will. Reddit link. They should transmog ghost shells. That'll solve the whole thing. Bam. I've just solved the problem, Destiny.
Done. Fixed.
Oh,
Fixed.
unsizing the raid ring. Cosmo spoke with the store and they weren't able to offer the ring any smaller without warping the shape. Doesn't look like they'll be able to make it smaller than the size 7 Twitter link. Sorry, all those kids out there that want one. It's not for you. Word around your neck. Let everybody know in school that you can dominate them in raids if they dare tread on you. Bam.
Sorry,
they're looking.
only for big beefy Titan hands. That's all.
Well, I was thinking it's not going to happen, of course, but I was thinking of taking my wedding ring off and putting that on and seeing how long it takes the wife to notice.
Luna will kill you.
She would find a way to take the dagger out of the ring, or just the ring itself. It already has a nice little dagger already. You're all set.
Killed with the ring. That would be how that would happen.
Yeah, just shove it in my mouth and hold it until the kicking stops. Okay. They're looking into armaments and how they affect raid races. Twitter link. Sustained precision and swift charge mods are being bugged and being looked into. This is a forums link, and that is all for the Destiny Roundup. That's the word I was looking for.
Dun, 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 dun.
Your report.
Dun, dun,
It's been
dun, dun,
reported.
And reporting is what Respawn does best.
It does. Reporting, reading, more reporting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, to save poor Respawn, you're here. You're not poor. You're doing fine. To save poor Night Demon having to edit 2 hours of ramble in the middle of this, I was told, given a late breaking update, to remind everyone there's now a Ghost Shell and a Sparrow that were just added to the Prophecy Dungeon.
Ooh.
So I assume there's some way to do that and get those. I'm just going to say watch Houndish's video and he'll tell you how, because I don't remember how, because I haven't set foot into the dungeon, except for that one time, because they put the dungeon in the tower and I thought I was going to the Drifter, and all of a sudden there was a very angry knight who wanted to speak to my manager, and I was very confused for a moment how I ended up there. I thought I had triggered a cutscene or something, because I did realize that, the Drifter and the dungeon pretty close together, so be careful when you're traveling around.
Lol.
It was very unhappy. So he has also given me some tips, tricks, builds, and guides, which I sadly have not watched. So I have some notes from him. So instead of him rustling, actually, wait, hold on. Authentic. What am I doing here? All right, let's see. Hold on, guys.
Do you have an actual
Why
piece
are you
of
doing that?
That's
Yes,
awesome.
he does.
I've got my paper here. Okay, so as the moments of triumph have kicked off this week and require a few raid completions, we have a perfect list of guides to help new and old Guardians alike. So, A-N-A, A-M-A-N-A, Phenomena. So, yeah, Anaminima, getting into raids. So he has a really good guide to get into raids for new or inexperienced Guardians. So if you're looking for an intro to the raids, this is it. He goes over subclasses for all the classes, weapon recommendations, raid armor, world armor that can help, like Menagerie armor that can have Leviathan weapon mod slots, and Dreamy City that can have Last Wish mod slots. So put that link in the show notes. MTashed also has your Leviathan raid guide 1 through 5. So he breaks down the 5 encounters to help get you more familiar with the mechanics if you haven't done them. That's the Castellum, the pools, the dogs, the gauntlet, and Callus himself, which we just learned you may die in part of the Callus encounter, but It just adds to the fun.
No, there's no may. You're going to die because of things that you cannot control, and that's why it's infuriating. It's not like we don't know what we're doing. It's not like we're screwing up the mechanics. We're doing everything that we are supposed to be doing, and things outside of our control, aka Bungie bugs, wipe the team.
Well, that's very callous of
him. Yes.
It is.
I see what you did there. So it's not you may die, you're going to die. But persevere, you can do it.
Indeed. And if you spent any time in the Leviathan, you've spent some time in the underbelly with that one guy who says, oh, yeah, I know who the underbelly. Hold on. 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. And 45 minutes later, as you're still wandering around lost, Error has an underbelly guide that goes over all the encounter areas and the tunnel system in the Leviathan. If you didn't know, there's a tunnel system in the Leviathan, and it's very confusing.
Oh, and it's got chests in it.
It does. Yep. And if you think you fancy and you think you figured out the Leviathan after watching these guides and getting through it, not falling into all the bugs, Dado has a Prestige Leviathan guide. So he goes over the changes on how it's different from normal mode, and a reminder that the Prestige has a chance to drop the Legend of Acreus exotic shotgun catalyst and the Skyburner's Oath exotic scout rifle catalyst. And there was a final part.
We did not get those, by the way, when we went through and did it. So.
That's disappointing. And there's a final part of the Acreus quest that can reward you a weapon skin, the Emperor's Pleasure. I just look forward to that stupid catalyst being out of my inventory, where it's been since like year 1 of D2 when I did that raid.
Which catalyst?
Acreus, the one you can't delete. And
you got the catalyst?
No. The quest for the catalyst.
Oh, okay.
That you can't delete, that takes up that quest spot and has been there all through this, and I'm going, no, I'm never doing this. I don't care that much.
I was going to say, you're lucky, man, because we all went and did the Prestige for the specific thing of getting the catalyst, and we didn't get their catalyst.
Yeah, no. I'm at this point, I'm basically hoping when they take this stuff out of the game, put these catalysts somewhere else. Let me do something else for these, or put them into the.
Or just make it a random drop in the Crucible, like all the other ones have been, or whatever, right?
Right.
Shoot.
All right. If you're trying to step into the Eater of Worlds that I've stepped into once or twice and never actually tried, Arex Gaming, AREKKZ Gaming, has an Eater of Worlds guide he explains step by step, but not how to get the secret chest. For that, you'll need to see the Cheese Forever video we'll link. And remind people that the Prestige Eater of World gives a chance of the Telesto Catalyst to drop. So you've been reminded.
Yo, Buzz.
You're disappointed.
Buzzco. I know you plan on doing that with us here pretty soon. I definitely don't know that encounter, so have fun watching me through that one, buddy.
Bring your backpack and some Advil.
Right?
It's been explained. It's been explained to me, and I understand the gist of it, but I've never actually done it. Because I think we went in one day with I think it was like Nitedemon. It might have been you too, Blue. I can't remember now. I think we went in with like 3 or 4 of us to sort of say, like, here's the gist of how you can do it, because you can basically hop your way through most of that. Raid.
That was tons of fun, man.
Raid layers. And it's like, and here's the boss. And then there's like 2 of us left, and that just wasn't going to happen. So Choose Forever, as always, has your solo prestige entrance. So if you can't find a team to do the raid, you can solo it on all 3 classes if you get a chance for the catalyst to drop from the secret chest. And it shows you how to do that by jumping through the 7 Vex rings in the Eater of Worlds. So if you don't have a group and are good at jumping enough in the game, you can watch this video and try to solo it on all 3 classes. I've watched so many of those videos, and I just go, there's one part where you have to jump onto the top of a tower somewhere, like more or less, a light pole. Yeah, I can't jump onto a large moving platform. There's no way I'm doing that.
We were talking, it doesn't move, and Nitedemon was talking about it. He said that if you go at it, you can grapple more safely, because when you land on top, I always do another jump, and I cannot stop.
Oh, sir, Titans don't have hands. We don't grapple well. Playing hours of Gambit has taught me we can't pick up moats, nor can we grapple. We have hands. They're just for holding guns and punching. They're just totally fist at this point.
3 classes.
No, I wouldn't even give it that much credit. I think your shoulder pads are so large that they just take up.
But they're
all
knobby.
Of your arm.
Maybe your shoulder pads will catch on there and give you that last second.
There we go. So I need one of the shoulder pads with the on the end. Hook the shoulder pad over, and then I'll be all set.
Hey, is there one of those Rick Kakis? You know how he does this particular weapon versus the raid? Does he have one of those out for the Ruinous Effigy?
It's coming.
Because
I haven't. It's not there
I'd
yet,
like to
but
see.
no doubt it's gonna be hilarious with the multi dunk. It's gonna be hilarious.
Not just the multi-dunk, but when you get the catalyst, right? I got the catalyst the other day and I was reading it, and if you
damage
hit
bonus.
something with the ball, you hit something with the ball, it increases the damage of all Ruinous Effigies on your team, not just yours.
And they will fix this. It is stacking.
That's filthy.
Oh my
it is
God.
stacking. So yeah.
Yeah.
Stand by for a hot fix.
Yeah. So go get that gun and just melt things. All right. Let's see.
Right.
Let's see what else do we have here. Hold on. We've got the. All right. Let's see. Dado has a Spire of Stars Part 1 and Part 2, where if you want someone to go over the mechanics with you, as only Dado can, and also shows you where to get the 2 hidden chests. We'll have that link in the show notes. I am told, in the most British of ways, to remind people that Prestige has a chance to grant the Sleeper Stimulus Catalyst to drop. Unfortunately, it's not as easy to solo as the first encounter, but completing the normal mode now rewards you the
Which
Prestige shader and exotic emote Luxurious Toast. That's a great
Spire of
question.
Stars?
I should click on this YouTube link to find out.
Spire of Stars gives you the Luxurious Toast, so I'm
Yes.
assuming that's the one he's talking about.
Yes, Spire of Stars. So yeah, so Spire of Stars, if you're looking for the catalyst, I would do a better job if I were him, but I'm not him, so you're stuck with me this week.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
doing
going to
great.
have to farm that. Damn it.
Fallout Plays has an unlimited boss farm. You can farm all the bosses of all of these raids because you can do it forever, and it's more or less, get a fallen boss, get a boss checkpoint on your team, bring your team in there. You as someone switch to a character you're actually going to do it with, beat it, switch back to a character you haven't played it on, bring everybody back in for that checkpoint, and rinse and repeat. And you can just farm the bosses all day long. Just don't give up that checkpoint.
Yeah, so now you don't have to watch the video because that is exactly what the video says. Thank you.
No,
Chris.
watch the video.
And Fallout does go to Past Fallout and give you a Past Fallout version of how to beat Insurrection Prime on the Surge of the Past.
Yep.
Yeah. Big giant robot that you have to de-shield. Good times. So
It is good times, man. It is actually good times. It's a fun fight.
The last time I did it was with someone who didn't have a mic, trying to run around and throw balls and things and coordinate. So it worked out really well.
Oof.
Ninja Pups has the Crown of Sorrows guide, which is just a really thorough guide with loadout recommendations and strategies. So if you've never stepped foot in Crown of Sorrow, Ninja Pups has you covered.
Yeah.
And some various tips from this week. Esoteric has a Ruinous Effigy quest guide. So it's a step-by-step guide, as well as unlocking the catalyst, is just getting a kill and using an orb for the first time. That's to get the catalyst, like Respawn said. Get the gun, shoot someone, pick up the orb, catalyst. And then I imagine shoot many, many more things.
300. No, 5,000.
That's a lot of things, indeed.
That's a lot of things.
And part of that quest, I guess, is the calcified fragment locations. And Ninja Pups has a video that has you covered on where to find all of those. And Jarv has an easy marionettes video. So if you just want to get through farming them, here's where they are. Here's how to murder them.
You'll like that part.
Good Dad. By the way, Good Dad. Jesus Christ, Good Dad. Oh, me and Good Dad did that part together. All you have to do is take out your ghost. It's a brand new symbol on your ghost you've never seen before. That's where the freaking thing is, right? That's where the calcified light is, man. It's a brand new symbol on your thing, on your ghost you've never seen before. Open the damn ghost. Your dad's like, where's it at, Respawn? I'm like, are you kidding me? Open your ghost. Oh, well, why do I need to open my ghost when I can just follow you? Because I've already got it. Open your damn ghost. Well, where'd you get it from?
Glad you and he had a good time doing it. So then once you do have your Ruinous Effigy, as we discussed earlier at the top of the show, you'll need to shoot some of Savathun's eyes. And reminder, shoot the eyes, don't use the ball if you want the Optimist or Optometrist Triumph. And Ninja Pups has a video that shows you where all of those eyes are that you've been seeing around the map for a couple of weeks now.
Thanks in advance, Ninja Pups.
Yep, and there's only 50, so it doesn't take long. So I've heard.
Yeah, they seem to be mostly in pretty easy to spot places, but I'm sure there's 2 or 3 that I never would have found in a million years. But I can't find half the obvious ones. So.
Oh yeah, no, on Titan. Titan was the hardest ones because you know how.
Titan's full of nooks and crannies.
Dude, no. You know how when you're doing the strike on Titan, how you got to open the glyph doors or whatever? Well, instead of going to the glyph doors, which is to your left, if you go to your right, there's a whole another part of Titan I never went to until this. I was like, are you kidding me? So be made aware of that. There's like 3 back there. So,
Very good.
And it's rumored that those eyes are the most efficient way to get that catalyst completed. I'm gonna find out today.
Yeah, I'll find out once I have this gun to play with. And yeah, so if have been sitting here and listening to us, are listening to Blue and Respawn rave about the Ruinous Effigy for the last 2 hours, Cool Guy has a review on it, and he goes over some builds for solo and teams, and it might be a good higher tier weapon. As we've just heard, you can stack damage on it. So it's going to be filthy until Bungie hears Respawn and then nerfs it. Gaming Animal has a Solstice of Heroes 2020 video where he goes over the requirements to unlock each armor set, renewed, majestic, magnificent, and the new events coming up. And then finally, Cheese Forever, because it wouldn't be a podcast without at least 7 mentions of Cheese Forever. Cheese, your money's in the mail. Your easy contact event, Damage Cheese. And I think this one was since it's on Titan, like Respawn said, loaded to the Titan Strike, when the buffs are, like heavyweight or void damage, spin that up, bring your fire team over to the contact event and enjoy your, extra void damage or your heavy, extra heavy ammo drops and just farm those encounters. Because while you're in the strike, you'll get whatever buff the strike has on you on Titan.
Nice.
So, and that is our tips, tricks, builds, and guides from a semi-incompetent man reading.
Right.
So have you guys looked at the Solstice of Heroes armor set? Does that excite you at all? Or do you look at, I'm sort of looking at them going, I'm not going to spend the time to, unlock and upgrade and do all this just to have them be invalidated 30 seconds later.
I'm not going to spend the time on them just because of some of the things that's involved on getting it. So there's that. But I will say, I like the subtle glows coming out of the cracks in the design. I think it looks a lot better for a freaking for not a shader. What's the word I'm looking for? An ornament. I think it looks a lot better for an ornament than those gaudy, huge freaking horns that take up half the screen and whatnot. I thought it was too much the last time that we had these ornaments. But this time, it's not too much. You got tiny little horns on the hunter, not too overzealous. But the cracks in the armor with the glow coming out almost like you're about to explode with power, that I can get behind. But I'm still not going to get it. But it does look nice.
What about you, Blue? Are you looking at this armor as something to have, grind you want to do? Since you people have time to play this game, so.
Well, I'm really happy with the ornaments that I'm getting from the seasonal artifact. I think it's the Season of Arrivals. Those are nice ornaments on all classes.
They are actually nice, yeah.
So that's what I've been going with right now. I don't feel the necessity. Nope.
Yeah, not looking for. Yeah, I think I always wonder because I feel like I don't remember if it was the one last year or before last. Like I spent a lot of time grinding for this, and it's like, oh, maybe this exclusive thing, and it'll be this drop, and then it comes out and it's like day one. Okay, this armor is capped, or it's caps very quickly and immediately doesn't have any of the new stuff on it. It's like, why did I grind for all this to get a new version of it just to throw it away immediately?
Well, hopefully Bungie's learned from last season and they've made the requirements easier than they were last time, and B, made the armor unlocks account wide. If they've done them both, huge kudos. If you've done one or the other, I'll give you some bonus points. If you've done neither, you've missed another opportunity that you should know based on last season's armor. Shame on you.
Or have they taken another opportunity to make Respawn upset? Or both?
Not going to make me upset. I'm not going to do them. I've already determined I'm not going to do them because I don't feel like grinding for something, like you said, that's going to be obsolete, right? So if I can get them passively, that's one thing. If I have to go out of my way to get it, no, I'm good.
And I think that's... Oh, actually, there was one more thing. So apparently, if you have been getting your drops from the Twitch Prime rewards, Bungie is extended that another
4 months.
Yeah, another 4 months. So if you've been enjoying those or doing what I'm doing,
Blue's on top of it. Look at that, man.
Yeah, so So pro tip, as I told Nitedemon last week, get the rewards to drop, especially the exotic weapons armor. Leave them in Amanda Holiday for 6 months or a year, and then one day when you need that powerful weapon drop, it'll be there for you. So
I really enjoyed that.
Leave them
taking
there.
advantage of that stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, I've got a chaperone with my for my 100 that's going to be there forever. I've got the prospector and the Suros just sitting there, and Amanda just waiting for me when they get high enough.
It might be time for that chaperone. Slug damage is up, brother.
Yeah, it is. And the chaperone itself has a perk that was amplified. Can't remember what the perk was, so I'm not going to bring it up. But the chaperone in particular is better because of one of its perks that have also been buffed.
I mean, I think just sniper levels of range on a shotgun is all you really need.
Yeah,
I saw someone's videos. Cactus or Mtash or someone this week was like, "Oh, a chaperone! I'm trying it out." I'm going. I'm sorry.
That was Mtash. Yeah.
Have you not been paying attention to, I don't know, the World or Destiny Fun Police for the last 6 years or however long this goes in the game? Are you new here?
Yeah. But yeah, that was Mtash. I do have something I want to bring up to you, Blue. I tried my best. I really did. But Nitedemon has said he will not change the logo to 2 hunters and a Titan. I tried everything I could, man.
If by tried everything you could, you mean tried nothing at all because you just learned we were having 2 hunters when we started recording today?
Listen, tomato, potato. You're just playing semantics at this point, okay?
Yeah, we'll just jump into Photoshop and you really make it look like spray painted hunter on there.
Oh my God! Yes, yes.
One-off,
like
never to be repeated logo.
Yes.
If you send it to me, it'll go up on at least the YouTube. I make no guarantees on the podcast itself, but at least on the YouTube version. Hey, we've had actually. Wait, we have. I'll have to check. We might have a 200s and a Titan kicking around. We have another alternate logo. I'll have to go dig it up.
I'll get my daughter to work on it. She's talented, where I am not.
Yeah. But you got to make it look like a tag, like spray paint out the. It's got to look like a tag on a bridge, dude. If it doesn't look like a tag, I'm not gonna be happy.
Yeah, it's a tag on a New York subway train.
There you go. Perfect.
Marvelous. All right. Anything else you guys wanted to mention, discuss, talk about, bring up, complain about?
No, I think I'm good for now.
I'm not experiencing any of the complaints about a lack of content. There's tons going on with the game. I'm having fun. This new weapon's fun.
I do have a question for you guys. I saw on one of the YouTubers that if you do all of Zavala's quests that he has us doing, going to every planet and doing a weekly, you get an exotic sidearm. I forgot what it was called. I did all those. Chosen. That's the one. I ended up getting a really good grenade launcher. It's a really good primary grenade launcher, which I've been using in lieu of the mountaintop just to see. And
His birthright?
Really, that one, I got a really good roll. I don't know if they're all static rolls or whatever, but I find it to be really, really good. Right? And
because I did that same quest. Yeah, so it's I guess it's a time gated. The first part of will be a traveler's chosen. We're gonna get an exotic version of that sidearm. And yeah, I did the first part, and I got a malicious birthright because again, I'm on a podcast. Doesn't mean I know what's going on in the game. And I was like, why have you given me a malicious birthright? Because wasn't that one of the drops out of one of the Nightfalls, or am I mistaking that?
It is. It is a Nightfall drop. That is correct.
Yep.
Okay, so I wonder, because it was already in my loot pool, so I wonder, do you get that no matter what? Like, is that the reward quest line?
I think yes. If you and I both got it, I would say yes. In your? Well, that's what I was wondering, because it was in your loot pool, though, right? Like you already had one, you've already unlocked it.
I did when I got that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and that's why I wonder if you didn't have it in the loot pool, if it would drop, if that would still drop for you, or if it would be something else.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But moving on, yeah, I was just very confused whenever I completed all of them and they had nothing more for me, and I was like, "Where's my exotic sidearm? I want my exotic sidearm," and I never got it. So I was wondering if you guys knew anything.
Yep, yeah, it's time getting. So yeah, I guess that was part 1 of the evacuation quest line. Then part 2, I guess, is coming at reset, and then there will be more choring to do, and then you'll get an exotic sidearm that you can have and be an exotic sidearm. Oh, sidearms are in a good spot though. That that stupid Iron Banner one.
yes,
I didn't realize it was the same
absolutely.
archetype as the one from the Forges that's being sunset. That's that stupid like super fast firing. Was it Fool's Remedy? I only had time to
Anything
grind for
that's full
one of
auto
them, but
is nice.
And the sidearms broke back out for me with the Overload champions, so to mess them up, and I just left it on. They are wrecking. I mean, they're doing really well.
Hey, Bungie, you guys, if you guys could start working on a full auto bow, that would be great.
Crossbow.
Just some. Like, you can make it a heavy. No, just make it a heavy, right? Give us a belt-fed, fully auto crossbow machine gun, and let's go.
Let's go. Bring it.
I would consider using it at that point. I would doubly consider using it if it had some additional perk, like if I can shoot like a circle of bow of arrows, and then have like the middle of that turn into like a ring of fire or something, sort of like an anarchy, but not really.
That's cool, but I think you're reaching. I'd just be happy with a fully auto bow at this point, right? Let's start working on that. Deej and Cosmo and all you guys. Let your teams know.
All
right?
Yeah, fully auto bow. You got your catalyst this year, 2021. You're the fully auto crossbow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now.
I was hunting with a friend, and we noticed that we had almost identical down to the same perks loadout.
Mm-hmm.
Because of where things are at with the Wither Horde and the Gnawing Hunger and that lovely, lovely sword that I don't have to name that's called Falling Guillotine. It was just wreck.
Honestly, you just spread that sentence out until you could remember the name of the Falling Guillotine, didn't you?
No, I was thinking one of you was going to jump in because it was so obvious. But
okay, sure. But no, the Falling Guillotine is amazing. Except, hey guys, for you out there that don't know, when you're inside of one of those Blight domes that have the shield for like a public event or a boss fight or whatever, the sword doesn't work on the Blight, guys. You're spinning underneath it. You're not. It doesn't work though.
Quitter.
No, because I was with Gadad. I think it was Gadad. If it's not you, Gadad, I apologize. But I was with somebody. I'm pretty sure it was Gadad. And we're doing public events as part of the Ruinous Effigy quest, right? Looking for all these things. And it's the public event where you don't shoot the blights. It was Gadad, because Gadad's like, yeah, I remember you singing a song about this. So it was Gadad, right? So he's going inside the blight.
Singing a song.
Yeah. He's going inside the blight and trying to spin the blight to death with the sword. I'm like, that's not going to work. He goes, why? I'm like, because you're not hitting the blight, dude. You're very graceful. You're a very beautiful spinning titan underneath the blight core, okay?
That's how I feel every time I go into a strike and realize I'm running one of the subclasses that's not the missile. It's like, I have a super.
Sorry, Warlock. He was Warlock. Apologies. He was a very beautiful spinning Warlock underneath the blight core doing no damage.
Oh, yeah, doubly beautiful with those robes flying everywhere. It's a beautiful sight to be. But yeah,
very
sadly, no DPS.
Very graceful.
Yeah,
Right.
in his defense, the damage numbers would have really spoiled the beautiful picture that he was making with the
Yeah.
floating rope.
You know
Yeah,
what?
obviously.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about it from that perspective. Thank you, Blue. Jesus. Can we just have Blue instead of Demon? Let Demon holds
Never
rights
in
to the
life.
show. He does the editing. Just let Blue on, like, just indefinitely. All right? With me, not in lieu of me. Parody.
British dad. I miss my British dad.
We all miss our British dad. Yeah. So tune in this week to figure out what version of the show actually gets made. It's going to be fascinating for all of us as the person doing the editing isn't actually here. So
yeah,
we can say what we want, but there's no way to know what's going to happen.
We spent hours here. It'll be 45 minutes long. But I will say, you only cursed once, brother, and I appreciate it.
Oh, I did. Make sure he catches that because he's a stickler about us being on Apple, whatever that's called.
I totally support that.
I was even going to mention something to be like, hey, he's already time constrained, keep it clean. Oh, maybe it's because he's in, you know what? We need to record the Respawn in a public place more often. He's sitting in an airport.
That's it!
And I totally just imagined him sitting in an airport, like screaming into his phone. and people being like, "What the hell? Why is he screaming about? There's a man screaming about blights and sunsets over here. Security, I don't know what's going on."
It's coughing in the airport. It's perfect.
Look, you guys can't tell, but I am being very loud, and there have been people staring at me pretty much the whole time. So I might not be yelling, but I am still causing a scene.
You know, that part was us.
U.S. government you ever not about that, brother. They did a good job.
All right. Well, with that, thank you for joining us for this inaugural edition of Two Hunters and a Titan. Your hunters have been No One Respawns in Real Life and newly minted Dredgen, Blue Screen 42.
Oh.
Your Titan is Peroty. You can email the show at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com. Change that now too. You can hit the show up on Twitter at @2titans_hunter. Also out of date, Instagram, 2 Titans and a Hunter, Facebook, same thing. You can find all your favorite Guardians on Xbox Live and Respawn on PC, raiding with competent raiders. You can watch the show on YouTube, listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and everywhere fine podcasts are sold. And Hunter friends, tell the good people to have a lovely week. Until next time.
Have a lovely week. Till next time.
Excellent. Good work. Good scripting.
Oh, that's right. And then there's that.
This is going to be amazing. Why did I think this would be a good idea with you in an airport?
I think
this
of all of the times.
All the times getting on in 3 minutes, but after that, we're good for like an hour and a half. All right, guys.
Edit job to our man. I don't know if this is the right one. Can you try the rectal mic? Maybe.
Sir? My sound is great. It's just completely overpowered by this thing that's happening at the moment, all right? But I can do this. Check it out. Ready? Praising you as our Lord and Savior, Night Demon. Praising you as our Lord and Savior, Night Demon. Praising you as our Lord and Savior, Night Demon. Praising you as our Lord and Savior, Night Demon. Night Demon. Night Demon.